Yeah. So, welcome. You're watching a special broadcast by Republic Business on Republic TV. Well, India is set to start its 5G airways spectrum sale from today onwards, valuing more than 96,000 crore. And also, there are three private telcos, those who are in fray, competing for the 5G airways. Bharti Airtel, Reliance Jio, and Vodafone Idea are the three private telcos. Those are competing for the 5G airways auction starting from today onwards. To know more about it and to understand what exactly the spectrum sale is and how is it going to impact the common people, we are joined in by a very special guest, Mr. Ankit Jain, who is sector head at credit rating agency ICRA. So thank you, Mr. Jain, for joining us and speaking to Republic Business.
Thanks for having me.
So Mr. Jain, let me just ask you first important question. We know that spectrum sale has just started from today onwards and the amount that is valued is more than 96,000 crore. But their analysts are saying that this time there will be a muted sale this time. Why exactly the spectrum sale this time is going to be muted?
So this time the spectrum is largely, the participation will be largely towards renewal of the expiry. A few of the spectrum in the 900 and 1800 megahertz bands is slated to expire, and we expect that this spectrum will largely be fulfilling those needs of the telecom operators to renew those expiring spectrum. Other than that, there will be small gap fillings here or there in order to take care of the added load because of the increase in the data usage. But other than that, we don't anticipate any major participation. Our expectation is close to 7 to 10,000 odd crores of spectrum purchase in this ongoing or the current spectrum auction.
Right. And also just make our viewers understand, Mr. Jain, how this spectrum sale is going to impact the services that we are availing as of now, and how this spectrum sale will improve the quality of the services that people are availing now. Like, how is it impacting the common masses?
See, this spectrum is the basic raw material of the telecom service providers, and it helps in providing a seamless service to the end customers. This option largely, as I mentioned, will be towards renewal of the expiries. The spectrum is typically allocated for a period of 20 years. Some of these spectrums in some of the license areas like UP East, UP West, Bihar, West Bengal is slated to expire sometime soon. And that is where the spectrum auction comes into picture, wherein the incumbents will likely renew those spectrum auctions so as to ensure seamless service providing to the end customers. So from that perspective, this is more of renewal of the expiries and will ensure consistent connectivity to the end customers. As far as overall impact is concerned, as I mentioned, the participation will be close to 10,000 odd crores, which will result in an annual payout of somewhere close to 1,000 odd crores. This amount is not likely to burden the industry much. The industry is already reeling under a debt of close to 6.4 lakh crores. However, with the improvement in the overall operating metrics of the industry, this debt is likely to go down slightly going forward. And this spectrum auction is not likely to add any material debt to the industry going forward.
Right. And also, Mr. Jain, one thing that every analyst are saying that the government is saying that they will garner somewhere around 10,000 crore rupees from this spectrum sale. What is your sense saying? How much is going to fall in the kitty of the government this time?
We are also expecting somewhere similar range, 7 to 10,000 crore is what we are anticipating. And as I said, this will be more towards renewals. And if the telcos go ahead and choose the 20-year payment plan at 8.65% rate of interest, the annual payout to the government will be close to 982 thousand odd crores. So that is where we believe that the government will likely to collect from the telecom operators.
Okay. Okay. And also, Mr. Jain, this is my last question that I want to ask you. We know Reliance Jio has nothing for a renewal by 2030. So what exactly is Reliance Jio is eyeing in this spectrum sale? This is my last question and you can just answer, because other players are just there to for the renewal in the various circles. But when you talk about the Reliance Jio, they have nothing for renewal by 2030. So what exactly Reliance Jio is eyeing in this spectrum sale?
See, as I mentioned in the beginning, it will be more of renewals plus filling in the gaps in some of the circles where they are facing some bandwidth or capacity constraint,
Right.
wherein the data usage has increased quite significantly. So this will be towards filling in those gaps, plugging in those gaps. Apart from that, if you look at the overall spectrum allocation or the spectrum which is being held by the operators, on a broad basis, the operators have sufficient capacity. But circle-wise analysis, if you do, then there will be a few areas where the operators will like to jump in and opt for more spectrum.
Right. So thank you, Mr. Jain. Thank you for joining us and speaking to Republic Business. So well, this is what we had in our business segment. We will keep a close eye on this developing story as far as spectrum sale is concerned. For more news updates, let me cut across to my colleague Shivangi.
Well, that is right, Rajat. Thank you so much. We have a big breaking update coming in right now. Let's go to that. Om Birla could once again emerge as a Lok Sabha speaker. That is right. Big update coming in on Republic TV.